Gotta bob and weave, bob and use your weave.
Caught me at the right time, baby. Oh, I was at the end. Made me feel like there is like we're living.
All right, you guys. So the last couple days, there really hasn't been anything to watch on TV. So me and my niece went on an old school 90s movie binge. We started by watching House Party, then House Party 2, then Class Act, and then A Thin Line Between Love and Hate. And with going on the 90s binge, it just inspired me to do a 90s bob. And I mean like a classic bob, okay? And me and my niece took a little trip to our local beauty supply store, and I ran into some really good hair that impressed me. So this hair is the Vivace G-Clef hair, and we got straight bundles. I got a 10-inch and a 12-inch to do this bob. The 10-inch was only $9.99. The 12-inch was $14.99. So for about $25 and a little bit of time, you can go ahead and put in a classic bob. So I'm going to show you guys how I got this look at home. Again, only spending $25 on the hair. And this is giving me everything. I even went and got the Juvia's Place 90s lipstick because the dark brown lip is definitely giving that 90s type of vibe, okay? And a quick look. Like, look at that. I even look like I got a relaxer, y'all. Like, look at that. Okay? It's definitely serving the look that I wanted. And this is a hairstyle you can never go wrong with. Like, you can never, ever go wrong with just a classic bob. Nailed it. I wanted something that was real 90s, classy, quick, easy to maintain. I'm talking about it's given like Nia Long back in the day type vibe. But I really wanted that natural look. This is even looking like it's all me, baby. Okay? I even wanted to make sure I could do the behind the ear look. Like, look at that. Like, you can't beat this bob. I mean, look at this. It's giving, you know? This is giving, I got a relaxer and I don't got a relaxer, but it looks like I got a relaxer, okay? Laid out, okay? So, you guys stick with me. And I'm going to show you how to achieve this quick look. And you know bobs is always bomb for summertime. It's the end of summer, but we still going to give them a nice little summertime look, summertime bob. I mean, I like this hair so much. I'm going to do another quick weave in a longer style using that same hair just to show versatility, because it's like 2 more styles in my mind that I want to create, and this hair performed bomb. Like, you can't beat that. You can't beat it. Like, this is giving movement. I could have even did a layered bob. Okay, so jumping right in, I want to show you guys my base. My niece gave me some Meek Mill braids so that my hair will lay extremely flat. Starting off with the wig cap. You guys know in the summertime I only use one wig cap, obviously, because it's hot outside. And I like to stretch it out before putting it on so it has a more comfortable fit. So I'm going to spin around to show you how you guys stocking cap should be in the back. All of your braids should be under the stocking cap. And then we're going to go ahead and cut out our ear tabs. This is so that the stocking cap lays flat and stays in place. So next we're going to go in with Robert Diamond's Bond Protective Shield. This is to protect our braids so that no glue gets onto our hair. It makes for easy removal when you go to take down your Quickweave. Once we work that product into the stocking cap, we're going to blow dry, or you can let it air dry. Next, I just want to show you guys the packs, the Vivace G-Clef hair. And I have one pack of 10-inch. The other one is a pack of 12-inch, which you will see later in the video. The 10-inch was $9.99 a pack. The 12-inch was $14.99 a pack at my local beauty supply store. And I'm just going to hold up the hair to kind of show you how the bundles look. And we're going to go right into measuring our first track. Now this should be the width of your nape. It should cover from braid to braid. And you also want to make sure that it lays flat. Now we're going to go in with our Super Hair Bond Glue by Salon Pro. And then we're just going to start to lay those tracks. As you watch along, you'll see that I'm just going to continuously repeat the process by stacking the tracks about 1/4 of an inch on top of each other, making sure to cover the braids and go fully across my nape. So once I've fully covered the nape area, what I'm going to do now is start to cut the stocking cap. So I'm going to make sure all the hair is laid flat, combed down. I'm going to cut the stocking cap around the ears so that I can remove the piece of stocking cap in the back of my head. And we're going to do the same thing to the front. We're going to go ahead and lift up the excess stocking cap in the front and remove that portion. And now I'm just showing you guys, I finished off the pack of 10-inch. I'm going in with the 12-inch bundle. And as you can see, the bundles are pretty full and they are very, very soft. Now, I do want to advise the bundles are wrapped pretty tightly. So I do take my small edge flat irons and I'm just going to flat iron the track portion at the end so that they're not so rolled up. All right, so we're going to go ahead and continue to measure and only place the tracks where the stocking cap portion is. We're going to continue a horseshoe shape around the head until we get up to the leave out. All right, so I just want to go ahead and cut the piece of stocking cap that is covering our leave out. And this is going to show you where to stop at before getting to the leave out so that you can place the tracks on top of the stocking cap and still leave your part area open. So now that we're at the very top, I just want to cut 2 tracks to lay along the sides just to give it a bit more fullness around our leave out. And that is the hair that I had left over from the 12-inch tack. Now we're going in with the Chi thermal spray. And since the hair was so rolled up, I'm just going to go in and flat iron the hair out really quickly. I'm taking big sections because I'm just trying to get the hair as straight as possible before we go in to cut the bob. So I'm going back in with the thermal spray, and I'm just going to go ahead and flat iron my leave out to blend it in with the Quickweave. And do you guys see how this hair blended in so well? Once I seen how this hair blended, I knew this was going to be fire. I knew it. Now I want to go in with my favorite edge control. It's the Style Factor Edge Booster. And this will have your edges laid and slayed. Now this edge control comes in different scents. This one is the Sugar Melon scent, and it's the first time I've had the green one, and it smells so good. Like, I had to stop and be like, yes. So I wanted to keep the white towel on to kind of give you guys a better contrast of where I was cutting, but it was in the way. So I am going in to start my cut. The first thing I want to do before cutting is I'm going about an inch below where I really want my bob to fall. This gives you wiggle room for if your cut is off for you to go in and correct it and not be exactly at where the bob is, because if you go too high on the side or too high in the back, going in to correct the cut may have you with a shorter bob than what you desire. So I would start a little bit longer. I typically do an inch, but you could do 2 inches if you don't trust yourself to do an inch, just to give some wiggle room. And I'm going to start from the front of my face, and I kind of go a little bit back behind the ears, like that natural part that falls. That's how I usually start my cut when I'm cutting at home by myself. Sometimes I'll use clippers, but that was too much. I ain't feel like going to go do all that. So cutting here, I'm just going to take it back a little bit more, and this is what I can naturally see in the mirror as I'm cutting. Now, another thing is that I went to hair school. I worked in a salon, so this kind of comes a little natural to me. For somebody who is cutting as a beginner, I would still say start your cut in the front and go to your ear. And if you have someone else there with you, they can go ahead and even it off in the back if you don't trust yourself doing the back. So I also like to pull the hair from the back kind of around to the sides. This is also going to keep you kind of even with your cut as well, so that you can see what you're cutting. And if you're pulling it around to the side where you cut near your ear and the front of your face, it's going to guarantee that you're not cutting that back too short. It may be a little longer than the ear portion or the front, but it's not going to be too short. Again, it's better to start a little bit lower and work your way up than to start exactly where you want to be, because that could destroy the whole cut. All right, so I'm gonna turn around and show you guys the back. As you can see, the back is still a bit longer, but again, this avoided me going too short. And again, I'm just gonna go around my hair to even it off to the length that I want it. Again, I had to remove that towel so I can get into the back good. And you just want to take your time with this. Also, a trick that I do is when cutting, I slightly pull back on the scissors while cutting, as you can see. And this is so that your cut comes out more even. A lot of times if you go in just to cut, you're pushing the hair backwards, which is also going to angle your cut a whole lot. And that's just a professional tip that we do. Also, another thing I see a lot of people do, of course, I'm all for the DIY, doing it yourself, doing it at home, but please stop using school scissors, kitchen scissors to cut your hair, because if you think it look good, it don't. And as you guys can see, I'm just getting in better to that back. And I like to kind of turn my head side to side. This is going to take some time. Your average quick weave typically takes like an hour and a half to 2 hours. This style took me about an hour and a half, and that's including the cut. But take your time with this, like don't rush so that you get a good, precise cut. Or, you know, you can go to the barbershop and let them cut it as well. Whatever floats your boat. But this is going to give you a good cut if you take your time and use some of the techniques that I went over. Alright, so finishing up with the cut, it felt like it was pretty even to me. I'm just going to go in with the flat irons, and this is just to give a slight curve to the bob. Now granted, those old school 90 bobs, sometimes there'd be that hook curl at the bottom, but I didn't really want that. I just wanted that slight bump, almost comes out like a wrap doobie type of style. And I'm just going to go through the entire head with my flat iron and give it that slight, you know, bump. So now that it's bumped, I'm just going to go in with my scissors and of course just clean up any little longer hairs that I feel as though are out of place. And I'm just checking the length, how the cut lays on my face. I'm going to give you guys a full back view. I did miss a little part of the hair in the back, but that's all right. Because I had so much hair all on me, I had to go ahead and take a shower. Once out of the shower, I just went ahead and bumped it again, making sure to get the back real good. Alright y'all, this is the finished product and it looks so good, so natural. I am feeling myself. This was a fun tutorial, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
And when you see me, bitch, from here on out, y'all call me Lord Farquaad, because the Bob is always gonna give Lord. Just call me Lord, my Lord. That's how you should say that. Yeah, it's giving Lord Farquaad. Cause y'all Bobs is not, it's not flowing like this. Stiff wear, bitch. Huh? She mad cause her nigga said he wanna fuck me. I'm that bitch and I see why these niggas love me. The one and not the two, a nigga never ever dubbed me. The fuck? Bitch, it's called, like, it's giving Bob the Builder. Y'all know I don't play about the Bob. You've got to bob and weave. Bob and weave. When y'all see me, it's giving Lord. My Lord, hello. Lord Far. Period. I don't want